If you are into competitive examinations, you're producing reports for your company and then writing projects, etc. Don't worry if you don't understand something. You will find the same words appearing from so many directions in due course of time. Don't expect that you're writing a very fanciful words and those kind of expressions. Why we speak in a particular accent all the time? Hi. Today we are talking about a particular issue, and that issue of English, which is often people are talking about because for most of us in our country, we don't have English as our first language. Sometimes it's second, sometimes it is third language. I suppose I have got some working tools. If you're interested and keen on improving your English, you can do it. In fact, it's a natural process. Most of us learn our native language through a natural process. Like if you are a person who's a Telugu speaking or Hindi speaking or Bangla speaking, you have not looked at dictionary. You have not collected the words and their meaning, memorized them through the grammar, and then you have learned that language. In fact, most of the people learn it through a natural process. That natural process, I'm going to tell you, which you can use it here also. And these natural processes are like you think, you listen, you read, you watch, you write. These are the basic tools through which you could possibly improve any language, English being no exception to that. Let me just get a little deeper into that. I suppose you have got, in your mind, you're thinking all the time. And I would like to say, if you train your mind that instead of thinking in your native language, in fact, we think independent of language at times, abstract thinking, but consciously think in the language that you want to learn. Think in English, and it's possible. Instead of saying that I have to go there, in your native language, I would like you to think in English only, like I have to go there. So thinking in your mind in English helps you reduce the time lag of translation that you normally do when you are consciously speaking English. That means you first think in a different language and then you translate the whole thing in English. So start at the first place itself. Train your mind to start thinking in English, and that's possible. Listening is another training that we give. Why we speak in a particular accent all the time? I mean, you are coming from a particular state, no matter what you do. Other languages that you speak has got the imprint of the accent of that language. That's largely because mind has subconsciously read about it. Mind has subconsciously acquired that phonetic expressions. So I would like to tell you that listen to good English, and listening to the good English, good content in English, it helps you in your examination at the same time, helps you build your muscles of language English. Also, it can be a news, can be podcast, commentary, whatever. Let your mind receives all those words as many times, as long as it's possible. Even if you have not been watching it, you just play it up and then just let the mind keep receiving those words. Your mind is learning subconsciously. And that's a very interesting tool. I've got a lot of students who have improved with this. Another tool is that watching. When you're watching something, which can be like content in English, which can be documentaries, movies, etc., you find a lot of characters there. Different conditions. Let's say there's a shopkeeper, a scene of the shop. There's a shopkeeper and there's a sales girl, there is a sales boy, and then there is a customer. You get to see in different conditions how they respond to the same situation. You could see that those different roles that we play through the whole day. If you're watching a movie or documentary, you see those different roles and the kind of their expressions. This is a very interesting tool and a natural process of learning English. I would like you to subscribe to this also whenever it is possible. Apart from that, reading aloud is also an effective tool I have found working on so many students. When you're looking at a thing, your mind is visually grasping it, giving signal to the brains, and the brain produces sound, and the sound again goes into ears and then again processes. So multiple processes happen in your mind by simply reading aloud. And then don't worry if you don't understand something. You will find the same words appearing from so many directions in due course of time. that you would be able to really acquire that language in a natural process. I would like to tell you, have you ever checked dictionary for the native language that you have learned? Certainly not. It's largely because you have heard the same word from so many dimensions, from so many directions. A basic idea has created in your mind. So that is the natural process I would like you to be basically using. Also, if you are into competitive examinations, you're producing reports for your company and then writing projects, etc. In such conditions, writing is a particular facet of English language, and that has to be acquired. And then start with the basic statements, start with the basic expressions of what's, whys, hows, whens, wheres of a particular thing. And then these 5 W's and 1 H will give you some thought to come out in a particular direction. Take up any issue and start journaling it. Don't expect that you're writing a very fanciful words and those kind of expressions which you normally read in the newspapers. Nobody, even those people who are writing in the newspapers like that, they could write on initially like that. But if you keep writing, your skill of expression, written expression, improves in the process. And I am sure this would improve and take you to the level where you would be ultimately not only expressing with your ideas or comprehending the English, but also would be beautifying it. So try often giving yourself some gift of beautiful words. Do not start with this. Probably once you have got some general control of the language, once you have understood how to really speak, read, comprehend, express and write, then you think of beautification of it. Often try looking up some beautiful words and then try intentionally using it. And after some time, you'll find that these words become your natural way of expression. I suppose one thing which I would really like to underline in this entire video of your learning English is that you have to take yourself through the natural process of learning English instead of sitting down and learning grammar, words, and then formation of sentences and think that you will learn language. No, let the natural process, it will take slightly longer, but it will be surer. And then it will never be artificial. It will be very natural that you would have found one day that you are doing it. It takes some time, but nevertheless, very effective tools. I would like you to try this methods of learning, natural process of learning English, and would find that you would be proud of yourself. My best wishes are always with you.